start bringing people in. And what do we got? Okay. What's the time now? 6 o'clock. Okay.
6 o'clock on the dot.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. We're just about to kick off the Business Owners Smashing Online. I'm just about to allow everyone in without being in a waiting room. So just give us a quick thumbs up just to let us know you can hear us. Excellent. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Martin. And yeah, who have we got here? How about just as we get started and waiting for a few more people to come on, just unmute yourself briefly, tell us who you are, what you do, and just by way of introduction and where you're from.
Hi, I'm Martin. I'm from the Gold Coast and I make cycling wear.
Excellent. Good to see Martin again.
Thanks, Nick.
Hi, I'm Sharon.
Hey.
And, hey, long time no see, hey.
I know, right?
Yeah, so I'm a sales coach and sales strategist, and I'm doing a lot of virtual coffee meetings at the moment. So I'm based on the Gold Coast, and I have a company called sales2success.com.au.
Awesome. Well, welcome along here, and I like your office. I think I've been there before.
Yeah, I've got one that looks the same, Nick.
Hey, Dave.
Good, thanks. You want me to go next?
Yep, you go.
Okay, Dave Kane, online business consultant for the last 20 years. We run Finance Solutions and Easy Online Biz Solutions. We help the people start businesses online or scale up existing businesses.
Excellent. Oh, good to have you here again.
Thanks, mate.
Who else we got here? Just unmute yourself and say good day.
Hey, hey!
Who we got here?
Hi, I'm Lynn.
Hello.
Business
Hi, Lynn.
Burley Heads.
At Burley Heads. Excellent. That's a nice place to be at the moment. Excellent. And we have Jay as well. Hello, Jay.
Hello.
So where are you based, and what are you doing?
So I'm in Brisbane, Stanford, and I do mindset coaching. And at the moment, I'm literally just dropping into you guys for about half an hour because I've got another coaching session on tonight.
Excellent.
But I wanted to catch up with you all.
I'm glad you could join us for the first part. All right. Well, let's have a look here. Well, I've got a couple more waiting. Let's just try and release this waiting room so people don't have to wait. Oh, we did have it released. Okay. All right. So it looks like we've got a couple of technology glitches, but we've got to expect that with online meetings these days. All right, well, let's get underway. So welcome everyone to the Business Owners Smashing an Online meetup. What I'll do is I'll just come through and share my screen now so that we've got the presentation, which is just here. And hopefully that'll come up with no problems at all and you can all see it. So just give us a thumbs up to let us know that you can see it. Excellent. And what might be helpful too is if you're not muted, just mute yourself. That just helps the sound, for everybody else. So we haven't got any background noise there. All right. So this is the Business Owners Smashing Online meetup. We used to meet once a month on the Gold Coast and once a month up in Brisbane, but we're meeting weekly now online. And the real advantage of that is that we can do it all from home, and when we finish, there's no drive back again. So if you've got a glass of wine, feel free to enjoy that at the same time. All right, well let's get straight into it. Just as a bit of background for those that haven't been before, Business Owners Smashing Online is a meetup for people that are in business, thinking of getting into business, starting a business, have an idea. And really looking at some tools and some strategies to help to grow it and leverage some of the tools that are available today, and really just get some good, I suppose, inspiration and ideas from other people as we cross-pollinate as well. So the normal format is, which we'll run through, is number one is let's just check into Facebook. So if you've got your phone here, if you just open up Facebook on your phone and check in to let people know that you're here. So there's two reasons for checking in, and those of us that have been here before will know that one of the reasons is that it lets everybody know that didn't attend, that they missed out on something really good. But secondly, and the more important reason is that it builds a digital profile for you on your social media account. So what's a digital media profile? It's really a profile for when people come and follow you and come and have a look at your profile. What they typically do is they have a look at who you are, your business, your website, pages you manage, things like your relationships, who you're married to, who your kids are, and all that sort of stuff. It's all public information out there on Facebook unless you change your privacy settings. And I'd sort of recommend that you leave it as open as much as possible, unless there's a good reason to shut off those settings, which there are for some people. Really because when you comment on other people's posts, and when you're in groups, and what people do is they hover over your icon, and often they'll click through to your profile to see who you are. Now, using check-ins to events like this, particularly business events and ones that are related to professional development, that builds up your digital social media profile, so people get some sense that you're a professional at what you're doing, you're investing in your education, you're keeping up with industry trends and ideas, and hopefully that's the sort of thing that builds a presence there that, if they're wanting to gain some sort of trust or get some feeling that, you're a credible person in business, these are just one of the boxes that can tick. It's not the be-all and end-all, but it just helps them tick a box for coming through to contact you or to do more with you. So that's your digital social media profile. So not only this event, if you're attending other Zoom events or other events, make sure you check into those events as well too, because it's more for you than it is for the event organisers. So your social media digital profile. All right. So if you check in there's obviously a check-in button on the right-hand side of your phone, and business owners smashing it online's there. It does say KDV Sports Centre. We better get that changed to online. I'm not sure whether they've got online events for being able to check in, but we'll see what we can do. All right, so the agenda tonight is, as normal, we've got some interesting online tools. So part of what I do during the week, used to be during the month, but every week I'm looking at some of the tools that I use, some of the new tools that are out there, and some of the helpful ones that are useful in business. So just to give you some perspective, there are about 60 apps released every day that are useful for business. So there's a heap of tools. Now it's unrealistic to think that you're going to use all of them, and you shouldn't use all of them. Some of them are free, some of them come at a cost. The idea of presenting some of these tools is really to give you an idea of what's out there for you to go and explore, and any that you think are useful and helpful, then use those for your business. All the rest of them, then you can just ditch them. No, you've just gone through some process to have a look and see what's available out there. One thing I would say about the tools is that the primary objective of them is to save time. So don't worry about making money or saving money. If you can save time, you've now got that time there to go and invest in either back in your business and back into some of the things that we're going to be talking about today, or back into your family or just back into your leisure time. So the single biggest thing that you can do in business, if you can save time and leverage that there, then that one gives you sort of a lot more options than saving or making money or any of the other ones. So just consider your tools based on is it going to save you time as one of your primary indicators. All right, so that's so we'll go through some online tools. We've got Russell Cummings on on screen today too. He's going to be coming to us and giving us a presentation on Survive, Adapt, Thrive. So some of you that tuned into a couple of the Facebook Lives that I did today and yesterday, we'll start to get some sort of sense of what Russell's going to be talking about. Well, I hope so, because I haven't actually heard this presentation before, so I'm guessing it's reasonably aligned. Then we'll have some time for questions and answers. We do have a couple of prizes tonight, so you do have to be here to win the prize. If you happen to be watching on Facebook Live, we are streaming this to Facebook Live as well. Jump into the Zoom. So you'll see Zoom, which will be, I think, below you. Shouldn't be too far below, or if I've got that wrong, it'll be above you. So just jump in there, and it will have a little Zoom logo on the feed. And that way you'll get the full experience, and then you'll also be in for the draw, because I've got no idea who's on Facebook, but I know who's here on Zoom. Then we'll announce the next event, and look, if you want to hang around and have a bit of a chat and a mingle, then we'll keep this open for a while longer as well. All right, that all sound good? Just give us a thumbs up on your, well, in fact, there's a little, you've got down the bottom of your toolbar, you've got a little reactions icon to the right there, so you can click the thumbs up there if you want, and just let us know it's all good. Thanks, Sarah. We've got you and JM, Janine. Excellent. All right. Well, let's kick off. So, cool online tools. All right. So this is the first one. Just by way of perspective, just wanted to give you some idea as to where we are in the website world at the moment. So when I started online, the first website that I built for my business was back in 2001. So there were sort of about 17, well, the year before was about 17 million, so maybe sort of 18 million or so websites back in 2001. And so that was before Facebook. Google came along in 98. It really wasn't much of a thing in 2001. So we were using things like Alexa and Ask Jeeves and some of those search engines. So some of those that are around my age will remember some of those tools, and some of them aren't here anymore. And then Facebook comes along in 2004. I had no idea that it was around in 2004. And it wasn't really until around sort of 2008, 2009, 10 that it really started to take off. And 2008, that was the global financial crisis. So that was the last big financial event that happened across the world in terms of business and financial markets. So look at sort of the internet then. But really since then, interestingly, 2009. The internet has grown, so GFC hits in 2008, 2009 it's up to 238 million websites it's grown. Dropped down in 2010, that maybe there was a rush of people looking at online opportunities. Back then it was affiliate marketing and the likes, so ClickBank was big back in those days. Putting together squeeze pages and landing pages to sell either your products, but mostly other people's products online. It was the .com era, so just really starting, and it was all about information. Dropped off in 2010. Instagram came along, and then from there it's just been exponential sort of growth, sort of through to 2019. So 2017 was a bit of a peak, so it'd be interesting to see what happens in 2020 as we've got so many people now working from other locations, like at home, and other sort of business ideas starting to kick off and starting to form as well too. And I know that we've had a truckload of inquiries about how do we get ready for e-commerce, how do we start doing that, and then how do we deliver online as well. So coaches, people that are delivering classes online and educations online. So that there, well, I would predict will give us another spike for the 2020-21. So there are some really good opportunities that are there in business if we just think about how we can use some of the tools that are available. So there's just a quick snapshot of what's happened over the past 20 years or so. All right, so first tool that I thought we'd have a talk about, and this is one that is getting more and more traction, and that's podcasting. So how many people here are podcasting? I've got a podcast on YouTube or Spotify, whatever. Yep, Russell. Yep, just pop up your hand or put a thumbs up so I can see how many people are already in the podcasting game. Fantastic. All right. So so the big thing was was really video marketing, but podcasting. Oh, Angela, great stuff. Yeah. So podcasting is the growth rate of that is steeper than video marketing, or video channels. And here's the reason why. When people were going to work, it was easy to listen to podcasts in your car. So you couldn't listen to videos. You could take the audio off a video and listen to that. But podcasts you could listen in the car. And with the growth of Spotify, iTunes, and some of those podcasting channels, plus car stereos that could hook into the internet, and phones. People are hooking up phones into the car as well and listening to podcasts there. Today, people are working at home. Anyone that's in front of a screen, then if they're working, then if you're like me, then having a video going is not particularly practical, but having a podcast going is definitely a practical thing. So if you're not podcasting, it is a good opportunity for creating content. If you think no one's doing it in your industry, that's the perfect reason to be doing it in your industry. So, we've got 3 months, 6 months, 12 months here to really create a brand online. So if you're already on YouTube or you've got your blog, you've got your social media presence, podcasting, there's no better way to grow your credibility and your audience through that. Now, when you think about podcasting, you don't have to do it alone. You can invite guests on. So just invite guests on. If you do it once a month, you can find a guest every month. Or so that's only 12 people to interview. Find people in your industry or people that may be helpful to add and could contribute to your industry. Heaps of people are looking for podcasts or people to interview on podcasts, so you can go and look for opportunities to be interviewed as well too. So there's a good tool out there. There's a number of podcast channels. iTunes and Spotify are not podcast channels. That's where their podcasts end up, and that's where they're delivered and listened to. But in order to host them, you need to host them with a podcast service. Now, Blueberry, which is BLUBRRY.com, is one of those services. So if we have a look at that, so there's Blueberry. It's a podcasting service. They've got a free plan, and then they've got a number of steps up, as you start to grow your number of podcasts and some of your audience. Automatically connects through to, or you get it to connect through to the podcast channels like Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Google. There's a heap of channels out there. But once you've got it all set up in here, then simply all you do is you drag your podcast up into the screen and just drop it there, and Blueberry does all of the work for you. So only set it up once, and then this is where it's stored. So go and check it out. It's free to sign up, and it's actually super simple to use as well. All right. The other thing about Blueberry as well.
Nick, we've lost your screen, mate. I'm sorry.
Lost my screen. All right.
Yep.
Thank you. Is that back again?
I've just got a white screen.
Oh, have you? Okay.
Yeah, I missed that. As soon as you went to Blueberry, it disappeared. There you go. We're back.
Disappeared. All right.
Yep.
Is it back again?
Yeah, it's back now.
Okay. All right. I think let's just try this here. Okay. I was just showing you the Blueberry website. But obviously, I'll just, you'll have a white screen again. I'll just bring the screen over. Okay, you can see that now. Okay, so that's the Blueberry website. We all good now?
No, I've just still got your presentation, mate. So. Okay.
You can only see the presentation. Okay, let's do this here. All right. Okay. All right. Now you should be able to see the Blueberry screen. Sweet. Thank you. All right. So that's Blueberry. It's BLUBRRY.com. Go and visit the site. Sign up. It's free. You'll also see down here there's a PowerPress plugin. So that is a plugin specifically for WordPress. So if you've got a WordPress website, you can download the Blueberry plugin, and that there will you'll be able to set up a post type or a blog post for your podcasts. So every time you publish a podcast on PowerPress, which goes out to all of the podcast channels, you can also create a post on your website, connect it in with PowerPress, and people can play the podcasts on your website as well too. All right, so that's podcasting, and that is Blueberry and PowerPress. All right. The next app that, oh, by the way, those, I'll go back to those statistics. I meant to show you this as well, the statistics of the web. Here's a good site called statista.com, so statista.com, and they have got stats for anything and everything. So if you're giving presentations, or you're just looking for some interesting information about your industry, Statista is a place with a heap of stats. So you can look down here, they've got categories. So let's say we want to start looking at Facebook and wanted to get some stats on Facebook. Then they've got a heap of stats in here. So all you do is you just click on one of these items here, and it'll have it'll come up with a graph. So this one's a cumulative number of Facebook product users as of the fourth quarter of 2019. So you can download these. They come in a PDF form, Excel, an Excel document if you want to manipulate the data, and you're free to embed these onto your website or into your presentation. So it's there for public consumption. They do have a paid plan, but any that you see here are available for you to use. So that's statista.com. Great place to get statistics, and if you're really that way inclined, you can sign up to their email and they'll send you some stats every morning, so that you can get your fix of bar and line graphs. All right, so that's Statista. Next one is content. Now, some of you will know of this site here called Answer the Public. So thumbs up who knows Answer the Public and who's used it. So Answer the Public is a great little site. If you think podcast, what am I going to talk about? I've got nothing to speak about. So this is a search engine that, well, it's not a search engine, it actually collates searches, and it brings in information on what people are currently searching for at the time. So in this case here, let's say your topic was chocolate, and I know there's someone that is on our webinar here sometimes who makes chocolate, and all you do is you hit search, and you can select the country, which I didn't do then, but if we have the drop down here, it's got a drop down for Australia, and you can search for whatever's people are searching for in Australia. What it comes up with is this information here. So these here are actual searches that people are performing on Google search at the moment. So so for instance, will chocolate kill my dog? That's an actual search. So when you notice, when you type into Google, you'll see as you're typing in search that you'll see a lot of drop downs, and there's sort of suggestions. Those suggestions that drop down are the top searches for those keywords currently in our area at the moment. So that's part of what this data is for. So if you wanted to create a podcast on chocolate, then you've just got a heap of topics to choose on. Will chocolate kill my dog? Will chocolate run out? There you go. Someone's concerned that they're eating too much chocolate and they might be able to get any. What else have we got? Where milk chocolate comes from. And so you'll see there's these modifiers here. How, why, who, when, what, which, can, where. So they're the modifiers. So they're what people are searching for. So in that there you've got at least a year's worth of topics. If we keep going down as well too, then you've got some different modifiers. So without, with, can, near, for, is. So, chocolate with nuts, chocolate with stevia. So obviously it's a recipe type of things. Keep on going down, there's some more ideas here. Chocolate versus crisps, like, chocolate like Pringles. There you go. So there you can look at sort of comparative things. So that might give you some ideas of maybe some people to have on a podcast too, two opposing parties. so you get a heap of sort of information in there, and that was just chocolate. So chocolate fudge cake, chocolate buttercream. So it's a great way to start seeding content and thinking about, for your podcasts, for your blog posts, for social media posts, for anything you need to create content for, and you've got a mental block as to where do you start writing. Here's a great place. And the great thing about this is because people are searching for these topics, the opportunity of getting a following, getting up onto Google search is quite high as well. So one of the things you can do is just grab the search term. So just copy the search term, go and paste it in Google, search there, and see what comes up there. If you find ones there that have got a lot of search but low competitiveness, then that's probably a good topic to write on. Because one, it engages people and it's giving people answers to the questions they're asking, and two, there's a lot of traffic for it, so it's likely to increase your search traffic to your website, and also good for your social media site as well too. All right, Martin is asking, subscribed site. You don't have to sign up for this. It is free. Again, they have got a pro plan, but their free plan is good enough for what we need to get content. All right, let's have a look at the next one.
That was actually for the Statista site.
For Statista, what you're asking if you're subscribed to that?
Yeah, that's correct. I was just wondering because a lot of those sort of sites you have to pay for because someone actually goes and does the statistics, right? Or they have to find it from somewhere. So I was just expecting. You did go through that. You said some of it is paid, so I was just wondering what the fees sort of were. Yeah,
so they got so it's a freemium. They've got some free, some paid. So again, probably for most of us, we're not going to pay for it because it's not. There's not enough use there for us. But for larger organisations, there's some really good statistics there that they would consider paying for. But for us, the free plan's good enough generally.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Next. Okay, can you see my screen still? I've just got screen share on, slide share on. All right, so the next tool is slide share. So where do you put your PowerPoint presentations when you finish them and you've completed your presentation? So rather than storing them on your hard drive or up on the your Google Drive or up in the cloud, SlideShare, it's slideshare.net, is a great place to store your PowerPoint presentations. And if ever you want to use them again or want to do a client demo or show people the presentation, then you can just go to SlideShare and sort of view it with someone. If you're on the phone or on Zoom and you want them to go and see it, you can give them the SlideShare link and they can track along with you with your PowerPoint presentation. Now, the really good thing about SlideShare is that it's owned by LinkedIn. LinkedIn's owned by Microsoft, but it's really the link to LinkedIn, so that every time you publish a PowerPoint presentation on SlideShare, it gets shared onto your profile in LinkedIn. So there's more backlinks, there's more traffic, there's more opportunity to be found, increases your credibility and what you've published online. And you can embed videos in your slide shares as well too. So in your PowerPoint, just like you can in PowerPoint, and it operates pretty much the same way as PowerPoint. So it's a good way to get backlinks back to your site as well too. So again, great for search engine optimization. And you can embed the PowerPoint into your website as well to get a backlink back again. You can share it. So so it's really like a social media site, but for your PowerPoint presentations. So there's one there. If we make it full screen, I don't know whose this one here is, but you can see it. So you could actually use it for a Zoom presentation like this here. Rather than necessarily relying on PowerPoint itself. So you just sort of scroll through just as you normally would. All right. And it's a great way to storing your PowerPoints for people to discover and find as well. All right, next opportunity is SourceBottle. Who here has heard of SourceBottle and has used it? Yep, Sharon, good, excellent. For those that haven't, this is a fantastic opportunity for getting your content out into other people's media, to get into the newspaper, to get into magazines. It's just a source for really extending your reach and your credibility. So you do sign up for it. So generally you're going to be signing up as a journalist, as a seeking publicity. So as a journalist or a blogger, you're looking for content. Seeking publicity is that you're looking for opportunities. Now how our SourceBottle works is, I do have an account. Let's see if I can just sign into that. Is that they list publicity opportunities. Okay, let me see if I can just sign in here. Okay, so let's have a look up here. So we want to be a source. So if you click on be a source, okay, it's not going to work for us now. Oh, looks like I haven't filled out my profile, so I need to do all that. I haven't been on the site for a while, but I get emails from the site. So when you do sign up, you fill out your profile, and then you will get emailed opportunities to contribute to. So if you have a look at the topics. Let's go back to find a source. It's the same for be a source. Whole lot of topics here: business and finance, environment, general, health and well-being, lifestyle. So you just tick the topics that are the ones that you would be happy to be quoted in media about, and then you'll start getting emails. They've also got a Facebook page as well too, and they publish there to the Facebook page, and they do it twice a day. So I'm pretty sure it's at 8 o'clock in the morning and 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's just 2 times a day. Thanks, Sharon. So you have to be on the mark. So make sure you're checking your emails at that time. As soon as you get the email or see it on Facebook, jump onto the opportunity right away and put your press release or your submission in then. A lot of eyes on it, so you just need to keep submitting it. And it's always good to have something pre-prepared. So have your bio prepared and have your topic prepared. So you're not having to modify it too much when the request for articles is coming through. So I got one the other day. It was just, in fact, I was just talking to a friend of mine on the Gold Coast. Some of you will know her. Her name's Aldrin Altuni. She's a PR specialist, and we just happened to be talking about it. She emailed me back. It would have been less than half an hour after we spoke. She said, "Hey, here's a great opportunity here." It was about websites, and she said, "Can you just put me together something, and I'll send it through." So I had some stuff there, put it together, sent it through to her, and we got a response back from the call out looking for information, and so now we've got an opportunity to be published. That's on their blog. It's a large international blog, and so we'll get our link and be quoted on the blog. So you're not going to be successful all the time, but the ones that you are successful are, just take those opportunities no matter how big or small they are, because it's all well worthwhile. Because what you also find is that to get into large publications and on TV news, if you want to get onto the Project or those types of programs there, or into the larger papers, often those stories start from small publications, so they get picked up by the larger ones. So don't be afraid of going to the really sort of small ones if you want to be picked up. And the reason for that is that journalists, as you know, have been the jobs have been cut, so journalists are really sort of overworked and really sort of don't have time to look for stories. So they're looking for stories in other publications on social media, just like we are, as well as going out to to follow up on leads and press releases they've got in. So still put your press releases in, but this is a great site to subscribe to get your article out there. And remember that these are, you're not paying for it. So if you pay for this as an ad, it can cost you thousands of dollars. So this is free publicity that costs you nothing but the time to write it. All right, so that's it for our online tools. I'll just switch the screen back again. In fact, I will